Cambodia, the Kingdom of Wonder. A once thriving empire during the Angkorian period has been all but dismantled. The remaining temples and relics are lasting reminders of the country's once greatness. During the mid-1970s, the Khmer Rouge left Cambodia in a state of emptiness, known as Year Zero. Roughly 2 million people, around 1/3 of the population, was killed during the ethnic cleansing. The majority of those killed were the skilled: doctors, scholars, artists, and athletes. Presently, Cambodia is rebuilding, and its capital, Phnom Penh, is one of the fastest growing cities in the world. Citizens are beginning to look forward and forget their past hardships. Ideals that were non-existent 10 years ago are making a return. Amongst these ideals are athletics, in particular, tennis. A typically elitist and affluent sport is making its way through the Cambodian cities and villages rather successfully. For everyone involved, tennis is more than just a game. It is a career, it is an escape, it is a passion, and it is a family they never had.
Tăng từ năm 1962 ដល់ 63 បានខ្ញុំលេងបានល្អនៅខេត្តបាត់ដំបង ខេត្តបាត់ដំបងហ្នឹងខ្ញុំអត់មានគ្រូទេខ្ញុំលេងខ្ញុំមើលដៃគេមើលដៃអស់លោកតែគេអ្នកលេងហ្នឹងយកមករៀនតាមអត់មានគ្រូទេយកមករៀនតាមយកមកហាត់តាមវែងស្ដាំហាត់តាមពលពតវាសួរខ្ញុំបងប្អូនធ្វើការអីធ្វើជាក់សាក់ប្រមាណធ្វើគ្រូធ្វើការរៀបការអីក៏ឲ្យប្រាប់អង្គការឲ្យស្មោះត្រង់អង្គការឲ្យធ្វើការកន្លែងស្រួលអង្គការឲ្យធ្វើការកន្លែងស្រួលបើខ្ញុំបញ្ញាខ្ញុំលេងកីឡាបកែខ្ញុំបញ្ញារាប់ទៅបាទខ្ញុំក្រោយจากខ្ញុំកម្មករតាក់ទីក្រូសម័យខ្មែរក្រហមឬក៏ប៉ុលពតយើងឃើញថាវិស័យកីឡាទាំងអស់គឺត្រូវបាក់បែកខ្ទេចខ្ទីហើយ tennis ក៏ដូចគ្នាដែរគឺត្រូវចាប់ផ្ដើមដោយបានដៃទទេដើម្បីកសាងនៅសមត្ថភាពកសាងនៅធនធានមនុស្សខាងផ្នែកកីឡាទាំងអស់គ្នាតែផ្នែកកាលនោះវាអត់មានសម្ភារៈបារាំងក៏អត់សំណាញ់ក៏អត់មានទាំងអស់ជំវិញក៏អត់ខ្ញុំកើត82 83មកកន្លែងស្តាតអូឡ িম্প ពិកយើងវាថេកបានដាក់អត់មានទីលេយកខ្សែចងខាងមកខាងហើយយកសំណាញ់ម៉ងយើងអូស្រីយកមកពាក់វាទៅអារកែតឈើដេហ្វមមេកែតដើររឹសលិចរឹសកើតយកមកវាយខ្សែដាច់តទាញដៃយកវាយមាន3នាក់4នាក់ដឹងរៀនស្គមហ្នឹងតែមកលេងត្រូវទេមាន3នាក់ហ្នឹងមកហាត់នាំក្មេងបាន 4-10 នាក់មកបង្រៀន10នាក់5-10នាក់មកបង្រៀននៅកន្លែងនេះលេងព្រឹកនេះរាល់ថ្ងៃច្រើនម៉ោង
Hi, my name is Ritevitep. I am the Secretary General of the Tennis Federation of Cambodia. My father was the #1 player here in the 1950s and 60s. I thought it was important for me to perpetuate a little bit the legacy that he has left to us. Upon my return in Cambodia, my initial thought on tennis would be emptiness. You see the former manicured lawns that I saw, that I remembered when I was 10 years old, back in the 60s and 70s and early 70s. We had nothing left as far as infrastructure, and we had nothing left as far as human resources. The Tennis Federation of Cambodia, our mission statement is about accessibility to tennis. Accessibility means create tournaments, working on grassroots level, creating adult tournament, and also, above all, having a competitive team that can go in the region and really establish ourselves, and again, tell to the world that not only we do exist, but we are now contenders. And that includes having a good coaching staff, having a good infrastructure as far as our practices, our training is concerned, and also having a very good program to develop our juniors.
Hi, I'm Christina Ingmeyer, the head of development for the Tennis Federation of Cambodia. From a programming perspective, we have two different main tracks that players can take. We start the students in the Student Tennis Initiative in 8 primary schools and 6 orphanages. The orphanages are in 4 different provinces. We are in Phnom Penh, Takeo, Kep, and Kandal province, where we have facilities. And as those players develop their talents and get better, they can get chosen to join the Junior Tennis Initiative, which is sort of the next step. The talented players get brought into Phnom Penh to train with the national coaches at the Olympic Stadium, and they develop their talents there with the ultimate goal of getting onto the national team.
Our main goals with the federation is to develop junior players, to develop kids from zero. It's a job that I really enjoy doing together with the national coaches. We go to schools, we go to orphanage, and we're getting to get a lot of kids involved in tennis in Cambodia.
Kep is about 150 kilometers from Phnom Penh. Kep is on the seaside. Kep is a small little town, it's a microclimate. Kep is really the mountain where the mountain meets the sea. It was not destined to be a tennis hub that the way we have created that region. We wanted an area that was accessible to first start that pilot project of bringing tennis to the community, and we have succeeded in a very, very big way with the orphans. Their dimension is very much restricted compared to a public school kid or child. They didn't have much to do. They can play football, they can play very, very little sports. But when we brought tennis, when we brought the nets, when we brought the low pressure balls with the various colors to show the various levels, when we brought the coaches to go in there, in those orphanages, the children totally embrace the sport. They do play every day on it.
I'm a head coach of tennis of Kampot and Kep province. I had 10 volunteers all around the world who came to help me to teach children. When they travel to play tournament, there is media, there are people watching them, they meet the role models like Riti Tep and Kenny Boone, and so they see there's potential. So, and tennis brings them goals, hope and dreams.
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះថៅសឿនជាប្រធានបរិយាកុមារកំព្រាខេត្តកែបហើយកុមារដែលរស់នៅទីនេះគឺមានចំនួន96នាក់ពួកគេសប្បាយណាស់ដោយសារទីនេះយើងបង្កើតឡើងកាលពីខែមករាឆ្នាំ2011បងប្អូនដែលរស់នៅជាមួយគ្នាច្រើនហើយគាត់ក៏បាន
មកចូលរួមលេងកីឡាវាយតេនីសនេះហើយមានគ្រូបង្ហាត់ហើយគាត់សប្បាយចិត្តណាស់ដែលគាត់បានលេងជាមួយក្មេងដែលរស់នៅទីនេះជាមួយគ្នាដូចជាការបង្កើតបានជាគ្រួសារធំមួយហើយពួកគេចូលចិត្តលេងណាកីឡាតេនីសនេះ
Important things for all students. Tennis provides them rules on and off the courts. I try to teach them to become better people. They have to learn about working hard, to listen, and to stay humble. If they can follow sports rule like that, they can follow the rule of life.
ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះនៅសកលធ្វើការនៅមើលថែទាំកុមារនៅមង្គលកុមារព្រា Holy Baby ក្មេងចូលចិត្តសម្រាប់ពីការរៀនសូត្រចូលចិត្តហាត់កីឡាគឺមិនមានលេងអីប្រដេប្រដាសហាត់កីឡាធ្វើឲ្យយើងមានសុខភាពល្អហើយនឹងបានចេះដឹងទៅផ្នែកអនាគត
The parents, they lost the family, so with tennis, I think tennis gives them a new family. Players are their brothers and sisters, coach like their new parents, and I think with the Tennis Federation of Cambodia, it's a new family for them.
សូមអរគុណដល់លោកតាដែលបានឲ្យខ្ញុំមកនៅទីនេះបានរៀនសូត្រហើយនឹងបានអរគុណដល់សហព័ន្ធកីឡាវាយកូនបាល់ដែលបានឲ្យខ្ញុំចូលរួមប្រកួតហាត់កីឡាទាំងនេះទេបឋមឲ្យឡាកែថៃបាល់ឲ្យពួកខ្ញុំលេងសូមអរគុណអ្នកដែលឲ្យខ្ញុំលេងកីឡានេះអរគុណលោកគ្រូកីឡាឲ្យឡាកែថៃបាល់ជួយបង្ហាត់ធ្វើស្រវីជួយបង្ហាត់វ័យគូពេដឺមីហ្វីឡេជួយរៀនទីនេះឲ្យអូនត្រឹមត្រូវខ្ញុំស្រឡាញ់ទីនេះស្រឡាញ់ទីនេះខ្លាំងណាស់
The coaches that work with us are formed to be disciplined, dedicated, passionate about their jobs.
ជំរាបសួរខ្ញុំបាទឈ្មោះលងពិនិត្យជាគ្រូនៅក្នុងសហព័ន្ធកីឡាវាយតេនីសនៅកម្ពុជាដំបូងខ្ញុំគឺជាក្មេងរើបាល់នៅក្លឹប VIP ដើម្បីយកលុយទៅរៀនព្រោះឪពុកម្ដាយរបស់ខ្ញុំក៏អត់សូវមានលុយឲ្យខ្ញុំទៅរៀនខ្ញុំរើបាល់ពេលព្រឹកខ្ញុំទៅរៀនពេលល្ងាចរើបាល់ឲ្យបងរិទ្ធីដែលជាអគ្គលេខាធិការនៅសហព័ន្ធកីឡាតេនីសគាត់ប្រាប់ខ្ញុំថាឲ្យខ្ញុំខំប្រឹងហាត់កីឡាតេនីសព្រោះមានការប្រកួតក្មេងៗគាត់ជួយជារ៉ាកែតជួយជាខ្សែជួយជាបាល់ឲ្យខ្ញុំហាត់ហើយមានការប្រកួតក្មេងៗខ្ញុំប្រកួតបានលទ្ធផលល្អរយៈពេល3ឆ្នាំខ្ញុំសូមគាត់ឈប់ដោយសារការវិវត្តការជឿនលឿនរបស់កីឡាតេនីសលឿនមែនទែនក្មេងឡើងមកក្រោយៗនេះគឺគាត់វាយល្អតែអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំមានចិត្តមួយខ្ញុំចង់បង្ហាត់ក្មេងឲ្យចេះលេងចង់ឲ្យក្មេងនៅក្មេងនៅកម្ពុជាចេះលេងទាំងអស់ក្មេងនៅទីនោះស្រឡាញ់កីឡាតេនីសនេះណាឲ្យតែខ្ញុំចុះទៅហាត់បងក្មេងៗទាំងនោះគឺសប្បាយចិត្តណាស់ងងគ្នារត់មកជម្រាបសួរនាំគ្នារត់មកបោះតារាងយើងលេងតែជាមួយដីទេយើងអត់មានតារាងល្អជាងលេងទេតែលេងជាមួយដីតែតស៊ូណាស់ក្មេងនោះថាមានការប្រកួតម្ដងគាត់រៀបចំបោកបីជើងបោកកៅអៅរៀបចំរ៉ាកែតរបស់គាត់ឲ្យគាត់មកប្រកួតគឺគាត់តស៊ូណាស់គាត់មិនបោះបង់បាល់ណាមួយចោលទេគាត់រត់តាមបាល់យករហូតបាទកីឡាតេនីសជួយខ្ញុំឲ្យមានការងារធ្វើជួយខ្ញុំឲ្យមានលុយចាយនិងមានលុយជួយសម្រាប់គ្រួសាររបស់ខ្ញុំសម្រាប់ម្ដាយខ្ញុំហើយគាត់មានបង្រៀនជាអង់គ្លេសឲ្យជួគ្រូមកបង្រៀនអង់គ្លេសគ្រូយើងទៀតបាទក៏ខំចឹងព្យាយាមនឹងផ្គត់ផ្គង់ដល់គ្រូកីឡាករដើម្បីឲ្យខ្លាយទៅជាគ្រូមួយដែលល្អកីឡាករមួយដែលខ្លាំងនៅក្នុងកម្ពុជា
Let's look at their lives. Starting as a ball boy, becoming a player in a national team, moving into coaching, earning a good salary, having access to English, being able to communicate, but above all, having a dignified job that means something, being able to pass on knowledge, being able to pass on discipline, being able to teach something, having a meaning not only for the kids that is taking the lesson, but themselves, being able to provide. They play a role now, and they are an example.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone in spite.
I think Davis Cup in Doha, Qatar, was definitely the biggest highlight of our achievement.
So that was a very big thing for Cambodian tennis, I believe. I think everybody in the country was aware that week of tennis in Cambodia because we were in every newspaper, every TV station, and it was something very big for tennis in Cambodia.
It was the first time ever for Cambodia to participate at the Davis Cup. We won our group and got promoted to the group suite. I think we all did a pretty good job because we didn't lose against anything.
ជាណាចក្រកម្ពុជាយើងមានកីឡាករទៅចូលរួមការប្រកួតពានរង្វាន់ Davis Cup ហើយជាលើកទី1ដែលគេឃើញកម្ពុជាទៅហើយយើងចូលក្នុងពូលមួយដែលគេថាប្រហែលជាយើងទៅហាលខោប៉ុន្តែយើងមិនបានហាលអាវទេយើងទៅឈ្នះហើយឈ្នះមិនតិចទេឈ្នះ5ប្រទេសនេះជាអាចថាចំពោះកីឡាករទាំងអស់នេះយើងមានមោទនភាពយើងរំភើបណាស់
It's about being part of the other tennis developing nations. It was important for us to signal that presence. By signaling the presence, by telling the population, by implementing that to the kids, we provide a sense of pride very, very quickly. A sense of not only self-existence, but being the contender, we have something to say. We bring something to the table. And this is what's important, let alone tennis. But for a Cambodian, for a Khmer person, for instance, is to be able to be part of ASEAN, part of the world, and bring something on the table. We do that through tennis, but we make them believe that they can do that through themselves.
Tennis is more than just a game. It represents the struggles and successes of a country and society looking to better themselves. It exemplifies the Khmer population beginning to live with a purpose away from just survival. There is a new sense of pride that Cambodia is now competitive with their neighboring countries. Tennis is something that the Khmer people can be proud of and something that can bring them together. From the gleaming smiles of shoeless orphans to the dedication of the coaches to the blistering speed of the national players, tennis is making a difference. Tennis and the Tennis Federation of Cambodia will continue to grow, succeed, and set an example for Cambodians to follow.
ថ្ងៃនេះយើងមានកិត្តិយសក្នុងខ្ពស់ណាស់ដែលបានផ្ដល់ព័ត៌មានទៅអស់លោកស្រីហើយបានថាយើងបានឈ្នះនៅប្រទេសកាតានៅទីក្រុងដូហា group 4 យើងចូលបាន group 3 ហើយថ្ងៃនេះយើងបានទទួលជ័យជំនះពីលើប្រទេស Turkmenistan 3-0
ជំរាបសួរលោកស្រីនាងកញ្ញាទីមេត្រីជាបន្តទៅនេះសូមអញ្ជើញលោករនាងតាមដានទស្សនាព័ត៌មានកីឡាទូទៅបញ្ជាន់សម្រាប់ព័ត៌មានកីឡាជាតិថ្ងៃនេះគឺស្ដីពីការប្រកួតកីឡាវាយកូនបាល់ដណ្ដើមពានរង្វាន់ចោមប្រសិទ្ធលើកទី2និងដំណើរការប្រកួតនៅប្រមាណថ្ងៃខាងមុខទៀតសហព័ន្ធកីឡាវាយកូនបាល់កម្ពុជានឹងរៀបចំការប្រកួតកីឡាវាយកូនបាល់ដណ្ដើមពានរង្វាន់ចោមប្រសិទ្ធលើកទី2ប្រចាំឆ្នាំ2011នៅក្នុងកំឡុងខែមិថុនានេះលោកទេពរដ្ឋាភិបាលអគ្គលេខាធិការសហព័ន្ធកីឡាវាយកូនបាល់កម្ពុជាបានប្រាប់ទូរទស្សន៍បញ្ជាន់ថាការប្រកួតនេះនឹងចាប់ផ្ដើមដំណើរការប្រកួតពីថ្ងៃទី11រហូតដល់ថ្ងៃទី19ខែមិថុនាដោយធ្វើការប្រកួតលើ8ប្រភេទវិញ្ញាសា
បំពាក់មេដាយនិងប្រគល់ពានដល់កីឡាករកីឡាការិនីទាំងអស់ក្នុងនោះប្រកួតឯកតេជនបុរសប្រភេទអក្សរ A ចំណាត់ថ្នាក់លេខ1បានទៅលើកីឡាករប៊ុនកេនីនៃប្រជាជាតិកម្ពុជានិងចំណាត់ថ្នាក់លេខ2បានទៅលើកីឡាករឡាហ្សូ